everyone, welcome if it's your first time visiting, or welcome back if it's not your first time visiting the Western Reborn crew. I'm Paula, Reborn Mummy and collector of the Western Reborn crew Reborn dolls and artist of some of them. Now today, the Western Reborn crew and I are going to participate in a tag and a theme from two different channels. Now the tag is from Gail at Susie Q's Happy Little Haven, entitled The Fall Tag. Here we call it Autumn in Australia. And as I go through the questions, I will present a different reborn that I have in the Reborn crew on display with a teddy for the Teddy Bear Week theme that's being hosted by Suzanne's Babies. I will have both the links to both the tag and the theme in the description box below for you if you want to participate. So the first reborn on display for the start of this tag is Sweet Dominic. He's still wearing his Fun in the Sun outfit and he's got a teddy. It's a beautiful little crocheted teddy. I can't remember where I got it. But he's green, got a cream head like cream head for his face. His body is green, like that lime green, and funny, his feet are purple. So not a colour combination I would have in a teddy, but I thought it went well with Dominic's yellow outfit. So let's start with the first question while Dominic is on display. Number one, what are your favourite fall colours or autumn colours to dress your reborns in? Well, I never thought about dressing my reborns in autumn colours, but if I did, I think I'd have to say the rust red and mustard yellow go together, I think, really well with, say, a black and white to offset it. And it really depends on the design and the outfit of the clothes, I suppose. But they would be my two favourite colours, red and yellow, for clothing for the autumn season. Now I'll be back for the second reborn baby on display. Okay, so we're back with Eden. Now, Eden's not packed up to go yet, because remember, she was a present for my niece, so I haven't got her wrapped up because I've got a good couple of weeks to go. And here she is in her little outfit and her teddy. And if you notice, she has a bow in her hair, which I forgot to show you when I showed her for the introduction. I actually put a magnetic in her head, so that way we can just put a bow in her hair. And it made it easier for my niece, so I thought it looked really cute. And here's Eden with her teddy, or our teddy, and she's still wearing her little cat outfit. Still summer here, guys. It's not autumn, but we're still going to do with the tag as if it is autumn, but it's a nice warm autumn. Now, this is for question number 2. What is your favourite type of apple? For me personally, it's the Granny Smith apple. And that reminds me, because I have one left in the fridge. So yeah, this Granny Smith apple, it is a very tardy apple. But I think that's what I like in my taste. And the other apple that I do like, which is the absolute opposite to a Granny Smith, is the Red Delicious, because it is absolutely delicious and sweet, and it's not too sweet that you get that ting in your mouth that you sort of crunch that the Granny Smith canned apple can do. So that's question 2. I'll be back for question 3 with our third reborn. Okay, we're back with question number 3, but first here's Artie in his still in his rhinoceros outfit, which we did for Wild Wednesday. And there he is, choke holding his teddy bear. I thought that matched perfectly with his outfit. And Artie's here for question number 3. Do you prefer caramel or candy apples? Now, if by candy apple you're meaning a toffee apple, which was what we call them here, then I love both, but prefer caramel apples. Interestingly though, a Granny Smith apple is usually used for a candy or toffee apple or caramel apple for the tartness of the apple in contrast to the sugar. But yes, I do love caramel the best, and if I'm going to enjoy an apple, I want it smothered in caramel. Okay, so for question 4, we'll be back with another reborn. Okay, so here we've got Anna here for the 4th question. But before I go to the 4th question, yes, I noticed, you're probably noticing she's wearing a bonnet. Now, I specifically got this bonnet on because the other day I was watching Baby Bunting's nursery, where Susan had her bridie in a very similar bonnet. And it reminded me of Anna's bonnet. So Susan from Baby Bunting's nursery, if you're watching this, this is the bonnet I was talking about. That looked very much like Bridie's bonnet. And it does feel like a mohair type wool. It's very soft and delicate. So I thought I'd put that on display. Well, we did this tag. For question 4, it says, do you prefer hot or iced apple cider in the fall? Now, I can't say I've had either. Now, we do have apple cider vinegar, which I absolutely love, having on cooked chips or what you would call fries in America. But I haven't had a hot or iced apple cider itself. So I Googled it, and it's very interesting. It's actually a drink when you're not having a drink. It's a very simple recipe. So I may give the iced apple cider a go for summer and let you know how it went. Okay, so I will be back. And I noticed that I didn't describe the other teddies, but I thought this one was very interesting, guys. This is another crocheted little teddy, and she has a little tutu with some yellow tutu with a bow at her neck and a bow at her waist. And her body's all grey, her legs are grey, her head's grey, but her body is grey and yellow. So I thought that was so lovely. I've had the crocheted teddies for quite a while before I even had reborns. So yes, I thought that would match for Anna's little outfit, having yellow in her outfit. Okay, I'll be back with another reborn on display for question 5, I think we are, and that teddy. Okay guys, so here we have Serenity and her little beautiful teddy for question 5. Do you drive to see fall colours or enjoy them in your own backyard or neighbourhood? I definitely do enjoy them in my own backyard, but I don't intentionally drive to see the autumn or fall colours. But when I am out and about and walking down the road in the neighbourhood and stuff, yeah, you just can't help but admire the shade of the colours and the shape of the leaves and trees as the season changes around that time. So yes, I do totally enjoy the fall colours. It is a lot to rake up when it's in your backyard, but that's what a compost heap is for. Okay, so Serenity is going to be sitting with us for 2 questions. Number 6 is daylight savings time, pro or con? Well, here in Queensland, Australia, we don't do daylight savings time like a couple of the other states in Australia. I think from looking at it, the last time I remembered having daylight savings time in Queensland was back in 1992. So we actually don't do it. And I thought it was interesting, what is the point of daylight savings? Because I know a lot of you have said you don't like the daylight savings. Well, in Australia, daylight savings time moves clocks forward an hour in the summer and back an hour when returning to the standard time in autumn or fall. And it's probably the same for you guys. It doesn't add daylight, but apparently provides us with more usable hours of daylight. And apparently this prevents us from wasting too many hours with natural sun and from working when it's dark. So it would be a pro if I could get more sleep in daylight savings, or a con if it just keeps me awake longer. And I think it was Suzanne's Baby said, like she said in the answer to her tag, it does take out your body clock, especially with animals. And I never realised that until she done her tag, the answer to this, because it does take out the body clock of an animal as well. When they, especially here in Australia, you know, cattle, livestock, roos, wildlife, they all have a set time and when they graze and when they move on, when they go for watering holes. So that could be, as you said, Suzanne, a reason why a lot of the wildlife and livestock do get killed, and home pets and our pets as well. If they're not, you know, if they have that habit of wandering at certain times, and it's usually busier because of daylight savings, this is probably why animals are getting injured more. So I thought that was very interesting. Okay, so for the next 2 questions, we're going to get you another reborn and the teddy. Okay, so we're back with Shane and his adorable teddy. I thought this was the biggest teddy that I had in my collection, which was perfect for Shane. Now this is for questions 7, and this will just this will answer the reasons why I have 2 pumpkins on either side of Shane. So pumpkin purchases, pumpkin patch or grocery store. Now pumpkin patch for sure. Now I had about 50 pumpkins from both my son's pumpkin patch from his yard and my own yard. Now mine came up by accident, and it was a very different type of pumpkin to my son's, or to any pumpkin we've actually seen. Now his was the green one here with the yellow specks. This is a Jap or a Kent pumpkin. Now I think mine, which is the yellow one over here, was a hybrid between a butternut pumpkin and the Kent pumpkin. Now it has, as you can see, it has the shape of a Kent pumpkin, but the colour is of a butternut in the skin, and the texture also inside that pumpkin is like a butternut, but it tastes like a Kent. So I don't know how that came about, but I kept some of the seeds to grow for next year. But let me know in the comments below if you've ever seen one of these yellow pumpkins before, because I know I haven't, and everyone I asked around here had never seen that type of pumpkin before, and it just happened to turn up, or grow up, not turn up, grow in my yard. I don't know what happened or how it came to be. Now for question 8, which Shane's going to sit in with as well. What is your favourite fall weather soup? It's definitely spiced pumpkin soup, or now I was going to say spiced vegetable soup. It is that too, but definitely the spiced pumpkin soup. Now my husband Brent was a chef, and he made the most divine soups. Now one of his tips were in making soups that I closely followed was when he makes a soup, he actually bakes the vegetable. So he bakes the pumpkin, which he cuts in pieces. He douses with herbs and olive oil and covers and coats that, and then bakes it. Then he puts on the boil some water with more herbs and spices and flavouring in the water. And when the pumpkin has finished baking, he puts the pumpkin pieces in the water, and the water's just to cover the pumpkin. Probably maybe half a cup more than the pumpkin sitting on top of the pumpkin. And he lets it really, really boil. And then, because that water will come down to the pumpkin level, and then he blends it up. And it really makes not only the soup thicker, and it's still a soup, but it's thicker, and it really brings out the flavour of the pumpkin with the spices, the olive oil. It was really just divine. I used to just chuck everything raw into a pot of boiling water with nothing in the boiling water. So, but that's what a chef does. They experiment. So there you go. Shane and his teddy and the pumpkins sat in for those 2 questions. So we're going to get the next freeborn and the teddy for the last 2 questions. Okay, so last but not least, excuse me. Sorry, I had a coughing attack. Okay, we'll start that again. I had 2 coughing attacks, so I had to pause and get a drink. I didn't want to have to cough into you guys. Now here we've got Brentley in his rainbow outfit, and I noticed it actually has autumn fall colours. There's our mustard yellow, and there's our rusty red. And I thought this brown teddy went really, really well with what Brentley was wearing. So Brentley's going to sit with us for the last 2 questions of the tag. So question 9 is, do you hang a fall wreath on your door? Well, no, personally, I don't do these types of traditions myself, and it's actually not a common practice here in Australia that I've seen to have wreaths on the door, especially over autumn. And then for question 10, sweaters or hoodies for cool, crisp outdoor fall weather. I'm definitely a hoodie type of girl, and I have a favourite hoodie which is purple. So when I'm walking around in my purple hoodie, I definitely stand out during autumn season wearing it. So there you go, guys. Myself and the Western Reborn crew all participated in both Gail's fall autumn tag over at Susie Q's Happy Little Haven, as well as Suzanne's Babies teddy bear theme. Look, this was really fun. Please enjoy the clips at the end of each of the babies and their teddies that they helped display and help me to answer the questions. Well, I just hope they look cute while I bored you to death with my answers. I didn't think that I had actually that many teddies here, to be honest, so it was just the perfect number for the tags and for the babies. So thanks guys for watching, liking, commenting, sharing and or subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.